Right, welcome here. Final night of 3x3 basketball here in Christchurch for 2021, at least in the 3x3.EXE Premier League. James Lissaman, Community Basketball Manager for Canterbury Basketball, and for a couple of games I'm joined by Josh Thompson. I'll have Jeremy Irvine joining me later on the night as well. How are you doing today, Josh?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, it's been a long weekend actually.
Yeah, oh, tell me about it. Like I've been up doing draws until midnight last night, only just sent that off about 10 minutes before we're tipping this off, so not a whole lot of time.
That would be the high school one, I take it?
No, it was the next week's club. I just had to wait for some results to come through before sending it off. So anyway, first game up tonight we have Gators, not Gators, Whananui.EXE, who are playing in the white top, and they're going up against IOH.EXE. So if you just talk through the players, IOH.EXE tonight, Josh?
Yeah, we've had a late replacement, Corbin Mason, partial dislocation of his shoulder, and so Flynn McGuinness comes in for him.
And he remembered his uniform today, which is great. Good start for him.
Interesting game. I know Whananui is without two of their stalwarts in Seth Bryant and Tony Fairbrother. So it might be interesting. We'll see how IOH can capitalise on that.
Yeah, there was Simon Lafayette who just hit the first point of the game there to put them up 1-0. They do have Zach Lilburn, very, very good two-point shooter just off to the left there. And yeah, so for Whananui, I think this might be about the first time I've seen him, maybe the second. It says Sam Tang. No, Sam Tang's on the bench. It says Seth Bryant. That is not Seth Bryant.
No.
So we'll double-check who that is a little bit. Anyway, there's Noah Price driving in. Gives the dish off to Simon Lafayette. And Jared Burnett driving. And that is a shot clock violation. So yeah, I think for points, I should have actually written that down. I forgot how much to check how many everyone is on, but I don't think after winning round 2, like the overall thing, that Whananui had any wins. Oh, it was about a month ago.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they won a game in the last round. So.
Yes, Zach Lilburn hits a 2 there, and that definitely helps them a lot. Here he is behind the arc. He had a moment for that. A little bit of a drive and dish, and he does have open, but that's one of the things that IOH has, a huge amount of wingspan, so they can challenge shots when you think you're actually open. And you see there Burnett spaced out Williamson right in his space. He's like, I'm going to shoot this anyway.
Jim is not the biggest one in the competition, but he does work hard, and that's a tough matchup for him in terms of matching up with Jared.
Yeah, no, and he's, I don't know, he's got a very high motor, can go the whole way through. And just a whole lot of I guess annoyingness for the players that he's going up against, but it's perfect for 3x3.
I think they have the score wrong here. I think it is.
I think it should be 3-3. So yeah, just double checking that. We will bring up the scores, the standings. So Whananui.EXE, their previous game. So first one of the competition, they lost to UC Gold 17-21. Second one, they lost to Rams 21-10, and then their final one, they lost to Gators.EXE 21-10. So yes, they are 0-3 at the moment.
And I think they are out of contention for semi-finals, unless a few results go their way.
Yeah, but for them, because they won the last one, they're actually looking at can we qualify for the trip up to Auckland, where first and second, Gators.EXE's
guaranteed.
Probably got it sewn up the #1 spot, not guaranteed, but massive inside track and huge advantage over everyone else. But then what's it going to be? IOH, they won their first game against Gators, 21-19.
I think they went 2-1 maybe.
Yeah, lost to UC Maroon.
No, they went 1-2.
And then they lost their last one. So you're right, 1-2. So there's the Jimmer Williamson complaining. I cannot actually remember what it was.
No.
I thought it was waiting for the basket to go in. Although it's gone to him here, so it was probably to do with how little IOH was saying, no, it should be our ball. So that's probably what Hamish Dale, referee on the baseline, was looking for. There's Jim, a good drive, but pretty good challenge there by Flynn McGuinness. And that pass was lucky to find Burnett. Foot fake, launches it, misses, and Williamson with the rebound there.
IOH looking a little bit sluggish.
And nice footwork inside there, but Flynn McGuinness, just that big body inside the paint. And there's a jump ball there, goes to the defense. So good job, dual steal there And exactly the sort of guy, Flynn McGuinness, breathing a little bit hard after,
Yeah.
what, 2 minutes of action where we had a break to check the score was correct. So shot clock is on 5 seconds here. We'll stay with Whanganui.exe. So yeah, aren't too many of these players that actually would have played yesterday in the 5-on-5ers. There, majority in the Gators team.
No, none of them actually. But obviously, all 3 of the IOH boys, all 4 actually, we had a good win, so they all actually played 20 minutes each around that time. So, but I think all 4 of these guys played 23s as well. So they had played a hefty minutes yesterday.
Yep. No, Lilburn, we swear, another hit from that corner there from Jared Burnett. Knows this gym, as we've said about every single week, and he starts off making us look smart.
Yep. Next Middleton Grange Gator, so now at Lincoln Uni.
Yes. And this is a heat check there. He's hit 2, dribbled out, turned it into a shot. A little bit slower. Mossa Faitawa and I is probably the best at actually just dribbling back and shoot while he's retreating behind the 3-point line. Good at penetration and kick out. So Whanganui, Sam Tang, head space, has the up fake, but a little bit off to the right there. But you can just see that effort level. Whanganui.exe just chasing down extra possessions.
Yeah, they're just a little bit faster to those 50-50s in IOH, and IOH really need to pick it up.
Burnett just a little bit too long there. Lilburn wide open, that one goes down. Ties the game 5 points apiece, 6.5 to play in game 1 of the final night here. But yeah, I feel like the long layoff, it almost looks like they've forgotten how to play. Lilburn hits from the corner there. Whanganui scored the last 4 points and they're up 7-5 now.
I think Zach's has hit.
He's got 6 of them, doesn't he?
6 of them, yeah. He's hit 2.
And Sam Tang hits one there, so 9-5 the score now. So when, as a coach, you cannot call timeout, but when would you, with 1 in the game, when do you sort of want to do as Burnett hits that tough pull-up jump shot there?
Probably when you're about 6 behind.
Right.
Just to regather yourself, or if you have 3 players, obviously, with the Wildcats being 3. So we were pretty strategic with how they were calling timeouts, and Noah with the big dunk there.
I know, he hit stopped and follows it up with a block. Tam gets the offensive rebound and just loses the ball out of bounds. The first highlight of the night goes to Noah Price. Nice drive, stop, and I could do that on like a 7-foot, 8-foot hoop. I cannot do that on a 10-foot hoop, just jump up, finish. McGuinness, nice inside hand layup there. So 9-8 to score now. Williamson, the up fake drive. You can see they're looking to flare, and they do get Lilburn open, but there's that wingspan. Lafayette, good job to close out and take away that space.
Yeah, with the long wingspan, IOH don't really have to defend
as aggressively, do
they?
No,
they can play the drive a lot better with their length, get their hand in the lane.
So Sam McCartan, second referee, there's Burnett with 2 seconds on the clock, decides I need to shoot this one, and that one's just a little bit long and to the left, or a little bit short, sorry, to the left.
Yeah.
It went long out of bounds. Lilburn, that looks pretty good, but just a little bit short as well. Lafayette, nice back cut there. Burnett, second dunk of the night for the team in red. And that's one of the things I probably would say, like if you don't quite have momentum going, and the ball's bouncing out of bounds, you might as well let it go and have a full shot clock from the top. And a chance to run some new sets. So Lilburn started off hot, but looking like he's losing his legs. And he's one of the few players that does actually play in our Sunday competition, so his legs, understandable for him.
Legs are a little bit tired.
And Flynn McGuinness, the fake, gets past him, and we've seen 3 dunks now for IOH. Sam Tang, the up fake, can't get it, but gets his offensive rebound and does make that. Ties the game at 10 points apiece, 4.5 minutes to go. McGuinness, and Tang was just waiting for him. As soon as he started going behind the back, he jumped over to that spot, comes up with the steal. Lilburn straight ahead. 2 just bounces in and out. But you can see there that,
the hustle plays from Whanganui are outweighing they're cancelling out ROH's athleticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I know you said the 6 points,
Yeah.
but if you're on the bench here as Noah Price,
Yeah.
and you're seeing like just your team not quite having the effort level that
No.
that they need to put this game away, like you may be better off calling a timeout. I mean, we're
Yeah.
over halfway through the game as well.
It's all right if you call a timeout just to compose yourself when
Yep.
things aren't going your way.
But yeah, this seems more like how hard,
Yeah.
how much do we want this rather than actually changing
Oh,
anything.
yeah, for sure. Because I think, them winning 2 games will put them as the 4th seed, and, that's what you want. They want to get into their 4th seed just to have a chance to maybe make Auckland, even though they haven't had a good run.
They've had some impressive wins and then some almost head-scratching losses, you'd say. Anyway, up here 12 to 11, 3:15 to play or so. Here's Noah Price looking for the back cut or handoff, and just hardly any time there. So, sorry, that was Flynn McGuinness, so nothing much doing there. Williamson, the dribble back, shoots the 2. And that's a better job there. Burnett this time holding off Tang. You see here, Lafayette with the tip out. Substitutions for both teams.
Yeah, that was probably much needed, that sub. They went a good 2-3 minutes without a sub there. So interesting. IOH a little bit flat, but there's that length in terms of contesting 2-pointers that IOH have a luxury of having. They are without one of their better forwards.
Yep.
In terms of Corbin Mason, but
Yeah, it's Harry Roth. I've just remembered who it is. So a good challenge from him against Flynn McGuinness. He may have got away for travel there. He seemed to pivot around twice and possibly could have changed his foot there, but Hamish Dale right on the spot. Much better informed to make that decision than you and me sitting down here. As Williamson hits a 2, so that puts Whananui up by 3 points now with 2.5 to play. Noah Price has all day, can't make that.
One thing I think IOH has struggled with is hitting 2s throughout the 3 rounds. They haven't really had anyone consistent that can.
Yeah, it's been Jared Burnett's been their best shooter by far, and then they've had a bit Corbin Mason because he's been left so wide open. He's had quite a few, and Noah Price is probably their other sort of a 3-man who can do a little bit of everything. Burnett 4 on the shot clock, drives, gets fouled. So that's only our first foul of the game. 1:49 to play.
The game's been pretty clean.
It
Refs
has.
have let a few things go, which has been good, both sides, so they've been both quite physical.
But yeah, nothing that really, obviously like, geez, how did that one get missed? Like,
that one was a pretty obvious one. So those obvious ones are pretty easy. It's the 50-50 ones that in 3x3 you kind of let go. Yeah.
Roth drives, and you see there a call for an M1 foul, but that's the sort of one where you do want to let that go. And you saw IOH be like, actually, we're going to let him go to the rim because can't get over to stop this. And Price there is fouled, but makes the basket, and that's the worst possible result there. Will be the second foul on Whananui, and Price with a chance to tie the game up if he can hit the free throw here.
So obviously with the 3x3 finishing a couple of days ago in the Olympics, I guess, did you catch any of that?
I watched the final, so I was surprised, honestly, by the USA. Actually, I think it was both men's and women's finals.
Yeah.
The sort of lack of emphasis on the 2-point game. Like both of them really wanted to score inside and seemed to do that more than
they attacked the hoop a lot.
Yeah,
which was interesting to see. The physicality was something that it stood out.
Anyway, Price did tie the game up. Harry Roth inside had a chance to score, but instead finds Lilburn wide open, hits the 2 at the buzzer. So 1 minute to play, 2-point lead for Whananui.EXE. Price drives, loses the ball for a second, 3 on the shot clock here, and the ball's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, red ball.
So there's 1 second on the shot clock though, so this is going to be a catch and shoot.
Yeah.
And Price, quick fake, launches, and just mishandle there from Roth, can't get it, but does get the second rebound there. 44 seconds here, so basket here for Whananui may just about do it, and that's put them in a very good place. Up 18-15, Burnett for 2, can't hit it. And now we can start seeing a bit more effort. And 30.9 here, red ball.
They really need a score on this one. Yeah.
I would say so, and is there a time? I heard Hamish Dale asking for one. So here we.
And his Jimmer being his annoying best.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the flare screen. Good look there for Burnett. Good challenge though from Williamson and Lafayette. Probably the best thing there. Makes the 2 here, so 14 seconds. They're going to have to try and force a turnover. So this is where you actually want to go for the ball and try and steal it. And they do get that. So down 1, 7 seconds on the clock here. Go for the win or the tie. Price, the drive, spin. He's open here. Makes the basket as time expires. So 18-18. We're going to go into overtime here, as he said. What would you have done? I mean...
Oh, you could... That's not bad, you know, going for a 2-pointer. And the matchup that they had, Noah obviously confident that he can make that. So.
Yeah. Oh, he was right. Like, he got all the way to the rim.
All the way to the rim. So obviously 2 points wins it. Wharenui will be looking to stop the 2-pointer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. And then McGuinness had a chance. He could have gone straight to the rim.
No,
you can see now a bit more effort.
Lafayette. There was Lafayette there.
Yeah, you're right, man. I'll say, from behind, they look virtually identical.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the good thing about Price. His hair is dramatically different to everyone else's.
Yeah, they could get a quick sneaky 1 here.
Yeah, not much on the clock. It is a 2, and it is down, and it is game. So last 5 points go to IOH, and that will be disappointing for Wharenui as they had that game. Like, if they could have held on to it.
They just needed a one more stop near the end there, but that was tough. Yeah, tough finish by Burnett. Pump fake and a step through 2-pointer. So, yeah.
No, well, thank you very much. I'll talk to you in about 10, 15 minutes after the next game. So coming up, we have UC Gold coming up against ROUND.3. So here we go, game 2 of the final night down here. So James Lissman still with you, Community Basketball Manager for Canterbury Basketball. And joined his debut on the mic, Jeremy Irvine. I don't know what else you... having me. Yeah, what do you want your... I don't know, what do you want your title to be?
UC Basketball Fanatic, first year social worker, and really loving the start of this game with the paper scissors rock won by Aiden Tonge. Immediate advantage, but at the same time, if this game does happen to go to an overtime, Blue will be starting.
Yeah, so players tonight. So you were meant to be playing this one, or you were... Right, there's a reason you've played most games, but not this one tonight. What is that, Jeremy?
Unfortunately, I broke my thumb while deflecting a pass playing basketball. And, bit of contact there.
Yes.
Looked like Rohan Russo was about to wind up for one of his patented dunks.
Yes, no, he's had some very impressive ones. Ben Bowie, and like it just seemed like they both slipped on the same bit on the floor, and obviously the foul goes against Bowie and Blue there. So first team foul, neither team has scored here. But yeah, Josh Chin, number 13 for UC Gold, he's in, and who was he replacing? Was it Max Patterson was going to be playing instead?
Yes, he's out due to family commitments. UC with 3 strong rebounders on the court at this time. So let's look for some offensive rebounds as well as some quick outlets.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably 5 strong offensive rebounders on the court. Jaden Chen in blue is probably the only one that I wouldn't say. I know Ben Bowie is routinely around 15 rebounds in a 5-on-5 game. Josh Chin is much the same. Maybe not quite that many, but he's one that you definitely have to box out.
Aiken with the nice fake there. Fortunately, Jaden Chan couldn't get that corner 3 to drop. Maybe look for something a bit further into the shot clock there, as opposed to dribbling to the corner and jacking it, but he's a very strong shooter, so.
He is, and I think he had 15 points yesterday, with most of that coming from behind the arc, so will be feeling good about himself. There's Chin. Takes a little bit of time to wind that up, but absolutely perfect with the bucket there. 4-0 the score. Hamish Robinson tries to answer, and he is left open. Him and Russo will probably play each other pretty similarly, giving each other the 2-point shots whenever they want it.
I'm seeing a lot more patience from UC Gold at this point. Seems like Rams are settling somewhat. Nice pass out there, and you see them attack the paint this time, but see the lack of patience there.
Yeah,
could have taken a bit more time. Got a layup.
Yeah, they were unfortunate that Bowie's one didn't hit the rim, and that was a shot clock violation. You can see down in the far corner, Tox reset that, probably expecting it to hit the rim when it didn't hit anything there. It's 5-0 the score. UC Gold up in control of this game here. Here's Tonj for 2, and I don't know, it's a whitewash, we'll say, at the moment, given the colour of their uniforms tonight.
We'll say white and gold. Not a bad combination. And Aiden again, feeling it.
9-0. If you were on the other side, is this about the time you'd be saying, actually, we need a timeout?
Yeah, but you see a really strong take there. I feel like Rams feel like they can weather the storm here just by playing. Obviously, UC have had a hot start, but both teams are starting to level out here.
Yeah, and a little bit off to the left there. We're right behind where that shot got launched from by Chin. So in terms of the standing, so when was it? It was July 11th, so it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So Gold won their first game 21-17 against Whanganui.EXE. Their second game against Gators.EXE 21-19, and then they dropped their third game of the night to UC Maroon 21-13. So they're actually 2-1. So a win here will basically put them through into the semi-finals unless something weird happens. Rams, I think, were unbeaten in the first night of games for this round, 21-18 over UC Maroon. Second game they beat Whanganui 21-10, and yeah, the third game they beat IOH.EXE 21-14. So a win will definitely put them through. A loss, they're probably still in a pretty good position to make it through into the semi-finals, but yeah, going down 9-0, not an ideal start, but they have scored 4 out of the last 5 points.
It's locked in that Gators Green are first on the leaderboard, so it's really a free-for-all for the next few spots in the table. So we'll see who comes out on top this week, and should be a decider for who comes out in that second position.
Yeah, they're 180 points, and second place is Tonj has hit, I think it's definitely his second, maybe his third 2-point shot of the night. Chan here answers, but he, tries to answer, doesn't quite. Russo, no hand up, and didn't need a hand on that shot though. No. So substitutions coming in. We've got Aiken, Ben Aiken for UC Gold, and then Hamish Robinson for the Rams.EXE team.
We're looking at Rams running probably a practice set. That was.
Yes.
Very nice find on the backdoor cut. And Aiden feeling it. Can't get that one to drop.
If you've hit 3, you're allowed to shoot a couple more. We have, I think it's Bradley Murray McGregor there. Yep. The longest name in the competition hits the 2. So it's only a 5-point lead. Tonj, and I would be giving the 2 little symbol there against Jaden Chan. No chance.
He can get that all day, anytime, any place.
Yeah, though on defense, because there is the 5-second back down rule once you've got back to the basket rule once you've got the ball, Jaden probably could have, Tonj took probably 2 seconds before actually making his move. Could have actually put a bit more pressure on him there to see if he actually ran out of time to score it. But yeah, once he was going to the bucket, no stopping at all.
And with UC still on 0 fouls at this point in the game, you could see them look to use some strategic fouls, fouling for profit.
Yes, no, Chan hits that too, so 4-point game now. So you were right saying that Rams felt like they could just hang on and catch up where they needed. Bowie there, a lot of contact there, but 3x3, that is a good block. Chan to the bucket, 3-point game now, so 13-10 as we approach halftime now. Russo looks like he wants to shoot it. Step back, 2, a little bit short here, and Robertson, good box out, gets the board. Bowie inside, strong defense there from Russo.
You can definitely feel the momentum swinging a bit towards the Rams' direction, but UC definitely holding their own.
Yeah, well, I mean, now I thought Rams possibly should have taken a timeout earlier in the game. That will certainly calm the nerves a little bit for UC Gold, up 14-10.
Definitely. But a timeout for either team wouldn't be the worst decision.
No, you're right. You'd only have one, though, so you want to, I mean, it's not like in an advancing of the game, you want to save one towards the end to get a last-second shot off, but it really wants to be taken, hey, we're not quite doing what we need to have the game result go our way. Chan feeds Bowie inside, post up, left-hand finish doesn't go, but the offensive rebound, that also doesn't go. And Robertson chases down the ball, but bad pass there, Russo read that. Aiken, and got 2 players to jump. Unfortunately not at the same time, as Chan hits another 2, so only a 2-point game now. Definitely a momentum swing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can feel UC Gold definitely looking and expecting a lot of contact underneath the basket especially, but it's 3x3, a lot more physical. Those calls aren't always going to be there.
Yeah, so 13-14, Robertson, good hands there. That was Chin who knocked that away. Only 4 on the shot clock here, so a shot needs to go up soon. Bowie knows that, launches that, misses, but...
Great follow-up.
Yeah, we'll call that an assist off the rim to yourself. It's a tie game, 14 apiece. So had you played 3x3 before coming down here?
No, I hadn't. I wasn't aware of any of the rules, and so I'm still learning. Definitely completely different to 5-on-5 basketball, but it's a great game. Fast-paced, lots of action.
Yes, it's a lot harder than it looks. Like, you think, hey, a regular game you go from one basket all the way to the other, but you kind of forget like all the like mini rests that you have, like you sprint up in transition and you can kind of wait there for the ball to come up if you don't get it. This, there's very, very few rests like this timeout, and given the lack of fouls in most games, there's not many free throws which are taken, which, you know, is another mini rest that you can get. But, you know, I was surprised how much harder it was than I expected.
And with the tie game here, you can see a lot of the fatigue on the players' faces, but at the same time, there's so much concentration on their faces, knowing going into this that they're going to have to come out on top, play hard, hustle, and hopefully knock down some shots like that.
Exactly. Chan, good job, double team. And this is a heat check.
Wow.
And that heat check got answered. I think that's his 5th 2-point bucket of the night. And unfortunately for your team, UC Gold, that is an 18-5 run for Rams. As though it was 9-0 in the first couple of minutes. Tonj was the main, architect of that initial lead. Yeah, good fake, drive, nice pass out to Aiken in the corner for 2, too strong. And Robertson, good job to change sides of the hoop and get the rebound there.
You saw Chan wasn't on with his first couple 3-pointers, but as the saying goes, shooters shoot. He definitely didn't lose any confidence with those 2 misses, and now he's putting on a shooting clinic.
Yeah, well, I'll give you, you're pretty new here, Down. Chin is not what I would have classed a shooter, you know, the last couple of years that he's been playing, coming back from an ACL injury, but you can definitely tell that he's worked on his form, and it looks very good. Like, look at that, like, perfect.
Wow.
I was talking about his form, but I look like a genius because the shot went down without hitting anything. That makes the game 18-16. It's a Tonj drive. He's got Chin out. Nice move. Can't make it, but Russo, the catch, the land, the flush. And Murray McGregor, though, best way to answer a dunk is with a 2 and 3x3. So 20-17 the score now. UC Gold probably needs a 2. Russo launches that, can't get it, but he gets his rebound.
It's a whole new 12.
Tonj hits it, so 19-20. UC Gold know any point here will be game over, and they got out of... I'll just say that was sometimes better to be lucky than good. But Bradley Murray McGregor makes the bucket anyway, 21-19. pretty exciting finish in the end. And that'll make UC Gold now 2-2. And Rams.exe 4-0. So thank you very much for commentating with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
See you
Welcome.
soon.
Come back.
Cheers.
Just about ready to tip off game 3 of the night. So we have UC Maroon playing in Maroon, and they're up against Gators.exe. And I'll just double check the scores. I think Gators.exe were 1-2 as Zach Hannon scores the first basket of the game for the night. Josh Thompson, welcome back to the commentary
Yep.
seats like and desk, I'll say.
Yep. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that last game was a bit good. It was nerve-wracking, I guess.
Yeah, well, the 0-9 start. It's great defense there. Paul Stevenson, Matt Miszczewski obviously been out with I think it was a calf strain, which has kept him out for the last couple of weeks.
Last couple of weeks. We'll see how fresh Joseph is after. He didn't play yesterday though.
Right. Well,
he went on a skiing trip, so a bit more taxing than playing basketball all day.
Well, it depends how good you are at skiing.
Yeah,
I'll say,
true,
like it definitely could. Here's Miszczewski, and first time Stevenson sent that one back. Second time Miszczewski gets it, and that puts Gators up 3-0.
Yeah.
And probably UC Maroons have probably one of the least amount of changes from week to week in terms of their players. So
they've pretty much stayed true to their 4 that they have out here today with Chris, Paul Stevens, Fish, and Sam Riley. So
yeah, so Gators first night of action, they lost to IOH.exe 21-19. As we see, Nordenbelt going to the rim but can't quite make it. Second game they lost to UC Gold 21-19, same scoreline, but they did win their third one against Whanganui.exe 21-10. UC Maroon on the other hand, they dropped their first one to Rams.exe 21-18. They won their second one 21-13 against IOH.exe, and then won their third game against UC Gold 21-13. So they're at 2-1. A win here will probably put them into the playoffs.
Currently they're sitting second and first, I believe, in the overall standings, these two teams.
I can tell you Gators is definitely first at 180.
Oh no, Whanganui. Maroon was third. Yeah.
But with Whanganui dropping all of their games, they're not going to get a whole lot of points going forward. As we see there, I haven't actually been looking at the score, but that does put UC Maroon up on top 5-3 as they've scored the last 5 points of the game. Tapia drives, makes the finish. They've scored the last 6 points, unless there was a mistake on the scoreboard.
It's interesting to see strategies with timeout. I know in the last game, I did question why the Rams didn't call a timeout. Yeah, down 9-0, but obviously ate my words there. They came back and won.
Well, I mean, Jaden Chan, a lot of the reason why they won, given the baskets he made. I just think that 2-point had gone on the wrong side. So it's actually Gators 7 and UC Maroon 4.
Yeah, with Gators, if they get up in this game, it'll be a bit of a jam at the middle of the table in terms of who's going to play in the semi-finals. Yeah.
No, to be honest, UC Maroon will want to beat Gators. Every other team's probably actually hoping Gators wins because
give them a chance.
They're like, well, we're playing for that second spot going up to Auckland on September the 4th. Great finish there from Adam Chinsky.
Yeah, he's had 2 tough finishes through contact on Sam Riley there, showing his great strength.
And Stevenson, I was going to say that just about went down. I'll change it and say that just about didn't go down, but it did.
He had a nice friendly roll. Some of these rims are quite friendly, so, you know.
Well, here's the check, Notting Belt. Well, knees look okay there, but Fish, good job cutting him off. Hannon, the fadeaway jump shot, can't make it, and Brent Fisher with the rebound. He clears the ball. Pass over to Tapia. He's had some very hot shooting. Drives into some contact. Fish over the top. A great job by Hannon to stay attached to the ball.
Zach Hannon is he's really physical for a small guard. He can get in there amongst it. Excellent shooter. That's great defense by Fish there, though.
Yeah, well, I know
Keep the quicker.
Casey Frank, when he's commentated the Canterbury Rams games and Hannon's played, like call him like the baby face. I think he might have been the babyface assassin, like, but he really does look.
Yeah,
you know, would you be surprised if you're like, oh, actually, this guy's only 13? Like,
yeah,
look at his face, not
be,
as.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. Yeah, he is very crafty too.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'll just for the record, he is not 13.
No.
He's out of school, so he's
out of school.
19, somewhere around there.
We're looking to go to college.
Yes,
next year, I believe.
And I think, yeah, whichever college he goes to, will be very happy with him. And good defense there from Fish. Knocks the ball away.
Yeah, a guy like Fish, who's not the quickest thing, but he uses his strength very well in terms of staying in front of people. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, but it was only you heard the shot clock buzzer go off. There wasn't much else that Hannon could do, so probably the best of a bad situation.
Yeah.
So subs here, we'll have Tapia coming on for Fisher and Mistrusi coming on for Hannon. So he's looked okay. Obviously didn't score 30 or even 20 against you guys in 5 yesterday, but how did you think he looked health-wise?
He looked normal. You know, he looked out of touch in terms of finishing his shots. But we didn't. The main thing is with Matt, if he gets going early, he's very hard to stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. As Stevenson tied that at, no, it was Tapia, sorry, tied that at 9 apiece. Mistrusi answers straight away, and there's going to be a hold on Chinsky, holding to stop Sam Riley from getting to the rim and scoring, well, probably getting a rebound and score.
I did see, actually watching the Olympics, there was a lot of strategical fouls in terms of like when they fouled, who they fouled, you know. It was quite interesting watching that.
As Tapia hits the 2 there, putting UC Maroon up in front by 1. Mistrusi had a chance, goes to the rim instead of taking the 2, makes it. And
just unlucky, out of bounds.
Yeah,
stood on the line.
I was going to say that was really good by UC Maroon just to clear the ball as soon as it went through, kick out for an open 2, but yeah, slightly off with the thing.
You have to be in the centre to check the ball.
Most of our checking issues have been on the defensive side rather than the offensive side. There's Mistrusi, super quick, you can see there. Fish gave him a little bit too much space.
He hasn't shot a lot by the looks of things, so you know his rhythm's looks a little bit out.
Yeah. As Fisher, once he saw he had the small man on him, which was as soon as he got the ball, well, even before he got the ball, back down quickly to stay well a bit outside the 5-second back down rule, or back to the basket rule.
You're doing a good job at keeping Gators out of the two-point line. You know, and then you'd think they would dominate a little bit more in the paint, but Gators are doing a good job at contesting.
Hannon, nice move there. You can see there the effort there from Notting Belt to get out to Tapia, who was open momentarily. He instead goes in. It's a much tougher shot, but makes it anyway. 13-12. Mistrusi for 2. Slightly short on that, and Fisher with the easy rebound there. Easy being relative to other ones.
And then there's Tapia hitting a 2. Good contest by Fish there. Matt just a little bit out of sorts. The Gators really, they have lived on the 2-point line with a lot of their, the first 2 rounds. Faitata now.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's not here. Like I thought he's played all 5 rounds. This is the first one that he's missed.
He is currently playing netball.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Club championships. South Island Club netball championships. Yeah.
That makes sense. I knew that he had his local championship for that.
Yep, he did.
Last Sunday, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it was nationals last week.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, it was club championships. Yep. So I think they really miss his energy in terms of he is an excellent dribble out,
Yeah.
2-point shooter. He's probably, like we said in the first game, he is the best at that.
Oh, it's just because I don't know, his footwork's so good getting behind the line, and then he's so quick when he's like, I'm jacking this.
Interesting how Maroon took that time out, not Gators.
Yeah, well, it could be just hey, I'm actually feeling a little bit tired. We've got the game how we want it to go, and with only 3 minutes left in the game, it also could have been less scoreline. Tapia sends not about flying, but can't make the highlight play there. Riley, though, second chance opportunity gives it up to Stevenson. And there's a foul there. And I think that'll be on Hannon holding off Sam Riley, which I'll say he had no chance of getting that rebound anyway, given the way it was bouncing.
Maybe I would have let that one go.
Oh, I know my American football officiating, one of the things is...
Away from the ball?
Yeah, is it obvious, does it affect the actual play in that one there? You could say, yeah, 100% was a foul, but yeah, Riley looked like he was like, oh, I've taken myself out of this just on where it bounced.
If you guys don't know, James is one of the head officials for
Canterbury.
Canterbury?
Not for New Zealand, but there's only 2 of us
down
here. So shout out to Donald. He's up actually officiating a flag football tournament in Nelson this month.
Oh,
this
yes,
week.
I saw that, Oh, good defense from Sam Riley there.
Stevenson misses that, and Riley, good rebound, but better job defensively from Chensky. And the clock has just stopped, 1:48 to play.
I would say in the 5-on-5 game, they might.
And just making sure the score is correct. So 18-13 the score, 1:48 to play. UC Maroon got to be feeling good, especially if Gators is only going to be taking 1-point buckets. Riley off to the left. He's had a couple of games where he shot very well. Not so much this one, but his effort's been good. And I'll be honest, it's hard when the referee points because it's half court. I'm always like, actually, I don't actually know which way she's saying whose it is, but if you can hear Riley.
If she points towards us, it's a defensive ball.
And Stevenson has
nice
another one
roll.
that almost misses, but just gently rolls in. Not in belt. They need 2s now if there's going to be any chance down 20.
Yeah, they need
16
a stop here. UC really just need anything here. And
I was going to say, and that looks like anything.
That looked like it too. I thought it was that as well.
And only a minute to go. 1 point's not going to do much for you. Hannon launches the 2. That goes in and out, but not about with the rebound. Mischewski,
he had this one.
Off to the left.
Oh, they're getting chances.
They are, but that looked like was meant to be a take foul, and Mischewski misses that.
Yeah, Gators had 3 chances there to put points on the board, and
Stevenson just flicks that up. That drops, and that puts Gators 1-3 in danger of missing the playoffs. And UC Maroon up to 3-1.
3 shooters rolls there.
I know, well.
Hey, that works. If you're a shooter, you get the rolls.
It does. So thanks, Josh. I'll have Jeremy Irvine for the next game, UC Gold versus ISLAND-NZL, and then Josh will be back about 15 minutes, and I'm going to quickly eat some food. Right, quick bite to eat. Game number 4, I think, tonight. So we've got IOH.EXE in white, and they're currently sitting at, they won the first game, they did, so they're sitting at 2-2, and they're up against UC Gold, also at 2-2. So this game, pretty important in terms of if you're going to make it through to the playoffs, as it will give you, that all-important win in the standings.
Definitely.
So just for fun, who are you picking to win this game, Jeremy?
Well, there have been, I'm thinking back to the last matchup with IOH, went down to the final shot.
Right.
Final score was 18-17, so the time expired. So I'm expecting a really close matchup here. Of course, though, I have to give the edge to my UC companions.
Yes, I thought you probably would. You took a while to get there and here,
Tried to be diplomatic
you did,
about it.
yeah, exactly. But, I don't think anyone would mind saying, well, it is my teammates. I can't really say, hey, I actually think they're going to lose. But you could say, I think they're going to lose just because I can't be out there with them. Anyway, they are losing at the moment 2-1. But good defense there. Only 2 seconds on the clock. Tons, you expect to catch and shoot or catch fake? No, it's catch and shoot. Off to the
shoot. Doesn't waste any time with it either. And with a shot clock expiration, it's going to be IOH ball at the top of the key. Let's should look to see a set play here. Give and go action. Jared, a lethal shooter, obviously, so Chin did well to dissuade the 2-point shot there.
Exactly, and Tonj, good job with his hands in the passing lane to steal that pass. Price, up fake, gets past Tonj.
Wow.
Not Tonj, that was Chin, but the point's still the same. That dunk was massive there. A lot of force. Russo, if I gave Price's one a 10, I'll give that one a 7 or an 8. Not as exciting, but, still pretty cool to see.
It's all about the wind-up, isn't it? What happens beforehand?
No, both Price and Russo have very long arms and can both jump extremely high. And as Lafayette hits the 2 there, so IOH.EXE up 5 points to 2. Tonj, there's a flare screen for Chin, just a little bit too long, and then I don't know, I suppose without you there, without Aiken sort of compressing the floor a little bit rather than staying spaced out behind the 2-point line.
Just a miscommunication there. I think Tonj was looking for a shot from either Chin or Russo and looking to crash for the rebound, but Chin had other things on his mind. And as Jared can't get that one to go, Tonj kicks it to the top, gets it back, fires a 3.
A 3 or a 2?
A 2.
No,
sorry.
Normal 3. No, don't. I've made that same mistake probably close to 50 times in 3x3. I think everyone watching knows what we mean. And I think that pass went off Tonja's face, given how he
it would be cool.
How he's squinting a bit.
Would be cool if he would score here. Wow. Despite being mildly concussed, he still gets the mid-range data 4.
Well, there's a big NFL fan and a lot of talk about concussion over the years. I'll say there is no such thing as a mild concussion. It's kind of like being pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. Right. So you're either concussed or not. So I think it was more just, I don't think he'll be concussed at all. I think it was more the shock to his face and just can make your eyes a little bit blurry.
We'll see him shake it off there as he heads to the bench.
Yeah, so IOH.EXE, I think they're one of the teams that looks to try and substitute virtually every time there's a dead ball whistle, just to make sure they try and keep everyone as fresh as possible. What was your guys, as we see McGuinness to the basket, makes the basket and will go to line to shoot one as well. What was your guys' strategy regarding substitutions?
Well, we didn't go into it with a thought-out strategy beforehand. But unfortunately, we're not all terrific athletes as far as endurance goes.
Yep.
So we've basically left it up to each other to determine for ourselves when when we feel we need a sub.
Yep.
Get some energy back, get some fresh legs onto the court.
Yeah, the issue with that is if you all are about the same and end up with everyone being like, I need a sub now, me too, and me too as well.
Yes.
You don't have that much. So that was... Yeah, as we see, Lafayette hits his second 2 of the night, puts his team up 9-3 here. And beautiful pass inside to Aiken. Good finish as well. 9-4 the score now.
And we can see it's a pretty even game despite the score. Both teams playing pretty good defense and at the same time getting some good looks. So this time in the game is quite pivotal to see who can really take the momentum for the second half of the game and finish it out strong.
There we go. We see both teams substituting there. So Tonge against McGuinness. No, it wasn't. It was Russo against McGuinness. I'm going to say they look a little bit similar from behind. Not as bad as what I'd say. McGuinness and Lafayette look almost identical from behind their haircuts. Tonge takes the 2 there, just off to the left. Chin, good offensive rebound. And just fading a little bit, probably caused himself to miss that when if he'd just gone up a little bit stronger, probably would have made it.
I think he might have been expecting like quite a hard contact or a foul even. One thing I've noticed about this 3x3 tournament is that as the later rounds have come along, players have started to realize just how much physical contact they can get away with from these refs. For example, in the first round, they were quite timid with their defense, whereas now it's just hack at the ball, hope you don't get called, and hope for the best.
Now, the other thing that hasn't really happened tonight, but I know over the middle ones, a lot of the teams were sort of like, actually, let's use fouls to our advantage to try and stop when we think there's going to be an open layup. And I'll say that it probably went too far because there were quite a few where people got obviously fouled and the referee's like, well, I'm calling that because you are obviously fouling and want me to call it, but they were still letting the person score the layup. It's a 2-point opportunity rather than, you know, forcing them to line just to shoot one.
I don't know if we saw any unsportsmanlike fouls called.
No, I don't think we have either. I think you're right. But it's Burnett, nice fake there, and his team, I think IOH has been playing a bit better than UC Gold, but it is only a 4-point scoreline. And beautiful pass inside Russo. You see there, had to try and finish that with his right hand and just a little bit too strong. Has the rebound now and a chance to go against Burnett.
I think he was hoping to go up against an almost equally as athletic defender. And got challenged at the rim. Bit of contact, but again, it's 3x3, so you're not always going to get those calls.
No, exactly. No one, well, maybe the players want to see fouls called when they go in their favour, but no one watching wants to have, you know, the referees being the star of the show. So I think they've done a good job. Hamish Dale, Sam McCartan on this game, and Tony Smith-Humwick is the other one. And we have seen that a few times. And that is the tech warning. Flynn McGuinness, like, what? Well, that's the second or third time where he's headed the ball after it's gone through the basket over this tournament. So I think a great call, and probably suckered Josh Chin into that pass there.
Does that tech warning carry on to later games for Gold?
I think it's game by game. So if he wants to, he can head of the ball again. As Tonge, nice finish with the left hand there. 7-11 the score. And Jared
Burnett called for it in the post there for a second. Then thought better, escaped to the 3-point line. Fortunately, that basket won't count.
Yeah, I think the shot clock was reset when it looked like UC Gold was going to have the ball. Sam McCartan aware of that and said, actually, no, that happened. You know, you had no chance to go faster anyway, and it was after the shot clock should have expired, and you heard the buzzer.
And a really nice action there from UC Gold. Great ball movement too, and fortunately they can capitalise it with a beautiful corner 3 from Tonge.
Yeah, great ball movement, great result for them. And Noah Price, IOH playing a lot harder than they did in game 1, and there's one of those obvious fouls. Not too bad, it's only the second team foul of the game for UC Gold. 3:24 to play, 9-11. This could be when a team might want to take a timeout.
Definitely.
And great defense there from Aiken. Burnett just got rid of the ball over to Lafayette. He finds Price, and Price hits the 2. So 4-point lead opened up for IOH.EXE.
That was a big shot. You can feel UC Gold really closing the lead there. Price hit that 2-pointer just to ease some stress off. But Tonge with the answer straight away. No hesitation.
No, he's been shooting pretty well through this competition. 2-point game now. Lafayette and Russo just about forced him into a shot clock violation. Bucket is good though, the right hand hook shot. Tonge step back, 1-point bucket is good. 14-12 the score now. 2:40 to play here. Price, quick And nice pass here, Lafayette up and under. Good job though from Russo and Tonge to cut down the space there.
Definitely a great challenge.
Russo between the legs, crossover, Price is up to the task as he knocks it away. Burnett picks it up, shoots the two. Aiken stays right there though.
We've had a long time of continuous play without any stoppages, so as you can see, the fatigue doesn't really impact Burnett that much as he gets the nice finger roll finish.
Well, I know all the IOH and the ROUND.3 teams are Lincoln University scholarship students, so they have strength and conditioning there. You'd hope that their conditioning was, you know, pretty good in this. Tonge also a member of the Canterbury Rams extended squad, so he has extra work there. It's Burnett up and denies Aiken there.
Saw that coming from a mile away. Price for the 2-point shot. Unfortunately, it's off to the right. Let's see a nice, slow and patient position here from UC Gold as we see Russo pull up from the top of the key, can't get it to fall.
Yeah, pretty good look though. Like team's down 3, only a minute and a half to go, and he was wide open there. Burnett hits that one as Russo flies by 17-12. So it's getting to be danger time here for UC Gold. Tonge faces up. Looked like the perfect length, but just a little bit off to the left. And here is the timeout that, well, I suppose there's been no stoppages to really have it called.
Well-deserved break. I'm sure the subs on the bench are also really eager to get back in the game as they'll be cooling off a little bit.
So your player of the night so far that you've seen in the 4 or 5 games that, well, we've seen about 4 and a bit games now.
Paul Stevenson in his first game shot the lights out.
Yep.
Obviously didn't get them all to drop, but sunk the crucial 1-point floater to win the game.
Yes. Well, he had 3 shots that bounced and looked like they may miss and, you know, we'll say just about win, and they just about didn't go in, but all of them did for him in that game.
Those types of shots are really heartbreaking, especially if they end the game. Just like the Kawhi buzzer beater that we saw a couple of years ago.
Burnett there's one of those fouls. Aiken was like, I'm beaten and I'm going to foul him so he can't score the basket. Unfortunately, he scores the basket and gets the foul. 18-12 the score now. Not what you want to see if you're a coach after a timeout, your team coming out and making a mental error to begin with. Anyway, 19-12 the score. Going to need points in a hurry for UC Gold here.
Now, the question is, do you go for the 2-pointer here for maximum points, or do you not want to settle and go for surefire layups?
Well, the answer there was you go for 1 layup and then you give up a 2 and then it's game over. So probably not as long a game as they were hoping for, but IOH.exe, they move up the standings now. So they're up to 3 and 2 as they finish their rounds of play. UC Gold drops to 2 and 3. We'll have to see how everyone else goes the final 2 games to see if they qualify for the playoffs and where. So we've got another game with you after this one. So Rams.exe and White will be going up against Gators.exe. So thank you once again, Jeremy.
Thank you. See you soon.
This next game started extremely quickly. Rams.exe and White up against Gators.exe. I'm actually going to hand over the commentary duties here to Josh Thompson. He's joined by Paith Momorsea, Otago Nuggets, Lincoln University scholarship player. So over to other 2 commentators tonight.
Thanks, James. So I'm going to take over James and be the play-by-play. And Paith, how are we doing?
Not bad.
Yeah.
First week in here, and I'm just happy to be here, happy to see some good basketball.
Cool. Yeah, you've played 2 games as well in Prem. So getting your feet wet back into it.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to be playing a lot more minutes.
Cool.
That I've been used to this year. So yeah.
So there's Jaden Chan missing a 2. He caught fire in their first game against UC Gold. They were down big, and Jaded pretty much pulled them out. And Gators here, they're looking for a win after their loss against
big block by Haim Dollar.
yeah, Hamish Robertson, Lincoln Scholar. Great defense on Matt Machewski. Interesting to see how this plays out as Gators are the top team and Rams at the moment, they haven't lost a game in this round. So they're looking to go undefeated into the semi-finals. So they're guaranteed a semi-final spot. I think Gators need this win so they can secure another semi-final spot. There's Ben Bowie showing his presence.
The Rams putting out a big lineup. What do you think of that lineup?
Yeah, not bad. Defensively, pretty good. Like, is Robertson with another big block on Zach Hannon. So I do like the big lineup. Not much of a 2-point shooting threat though,
No,
is
not
there?
really.
No.
Just need to make sure they're staying in front of the Gators.
Yeah, and there's Matt Machewski. Chensky here with the rebound. He's quite a strong driver. He's not a very good 2-point shooter, but he can get to the basket. And that's one guy you do not want to leave open in this Gators team. Oh, and there's Jaden Chan. Just didn't get the roll there.
Unlucky.
Great defense there from Brad. Great contest. Bit of a tip there. So obviously you were in the New Zealand select team for the 3x3 Shit Cup, and you've got experience obviously being at Lincoln training 3x3. What do you think of this concept of the XEX 3x3 here?
Nah, yeah, I reckon it's cool. You get a lot of games in one night. It's just a good way to keep the game going. It's a lot different to 5-on-5, so you know the boys will be ready if they get caught up for the draft that's coming up.
Yeah, so obviously your name's in the draft.
Yeah.
Hamish Robertson there with another finish. He's showing his presence here on defense and getting some easy baskets. Geez, Matt Machewski though is really just running around trying to get layups because he is all energy, this guy. And
there it goes.
Yeah, it might be bad signs
for another one of those
for Rams with
big rebound from Hamish.
Jaden Chan. That's what they need. They need Jaden Chan to catch fire, like he did in the other game. Tough finish by Zach Hannon. Yeah, I think he's been struggling a little bit over the first couple games. Joseph with a big rebound. He's their key because he's one of their big stalwarts and the glue guy pretty much. He does a bit of everything for Gators. There's Ben Bowie looking for two. Not known for 2-pointers, but that is huge to go. Gators taking a 1-point lead, 10-9. Good defense, just needs to get the rebound there, Robertson. Jaden Chan looking to tie. Gators just staying ahead ever so slightly. Great decision by Joseph to give it up to...
Leave him open.
Yeah, great decision by Joseph to give it to Matt there. To give it to the shooter. Jaden just hasn't found the rhythm. There's Matt. Rams living dangerously, leaving Matt open.
Not doing a very good job on the boards either.
No. A lot of second chance points for Gators. I think if they secured the rebound, they'd actually be ahead, but...
Yeah, I think they're just getting outworked right now.
Yeah, they are. There's Chensky with the drive. Wouldn't probably have called that one, being the physical nature of the game. What do you reckon, Pace? Would you have called that?
Nah, I probably wouldn't have called it. You know, it's fast, furious, and physical, as they say.
Yep. Makes the 2
points. Let the boys play a little, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dunk it.
Ooh, Ben Bowie showing his athleticism there, finishing strong with 2. Oh, they just can't get the ball,
Quick release. Nope.
It's good scrambling defense by Rams. Great rebound from Bradley.
Mismatch down low.
That's their bread and butter there. Baz is just so strong in the post. Yeah, he's a mismatch nightmare. Great defense from Jaden Chan. Took the chest bump. And here's
Need this one from. Oh.
great defense. Tough look there. Yeah. It's pretty furious here. Thought Baz was going to take a serve, but Jaden there. 2-point game. Gators XCX up 14-12 over the Rams. And it's this man here. He's doing it all. Couple good big 2-pointers, and he's got to the rack when pretty much whenever he's wanted to.
Yeah, pretty much. I think they need to try to take their left hand away from him.
Yeah, obviously if you don't know, Matt is left-handed. He can get to the rack whenever he wants to. They're having a bit of a discussion on what the score is. Gators now up 15-13. And there's Ben Bowie, patented drive left, right hand layup.
Yeah, the bread and butter.
Bread and butter for Ben Bowie. They are really living
Need that
dangerously.
rebound. Oh, no.
It's just those effort plays in this game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's tough. Made him go right. Great.
That was much needed from Lincoln.
Yeah, they 15-14 now. Gators up 1, 3:40 to go. Rams with the ball. What are we looking for here, execution-wise, Paif? What do we?
I think they just need to try to get a good look at the rim, really.
Yep. That
Well,
seems
it's pretty close, though. They don't need to settle for threes, I'd say. 2-pointers, I mean.
that's been their bread and butter, and they are living
And
so
they
dangerously.
can't let that man get an open look like that.
Yeah. And if any NBL teams are watching, Matt Machewski is a dead-eye shooter in 3x3. It's a great move by Nottenbout. Hayman Robertson for 2. That was much needed. Jaden Chan. They are in wanting. And there he is, that man again. Now Gators are up 20-14, needing only 1 point to seal this victory. Jaden with a bad
Sort of a
pass.
sloppy look.
And Zach Hannon to finish it. No. Joseph looking for the 1. And that's it. Gators XCX take Rams XCX 21-14. That still doesn't mean Rams move on to the semi-finals, as they have only lost 1 game. So thanks, Paif. How'd you enjoy that?
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah. And
Something new.
something new. Yeah. Your first
you
time
know.
in the box.
Yeah, it's good to share with you, mate.
Yeah. No. And I'll hand it back over to James. Our next game will be UC Gold Maroon taking on Wharenui, and this will be the last game of the round robin, and then after that we'll move into semi-finals.
Thanks, Josh and Paif, for giving me a break, and I did manage to eat my dinner. So, final game of the regular season here for South Island Conference. We have UC Maroon and the White Tops going up against Wharenui.EXE. So we'll just have a check through the standings as soon as they all come through. And Jeremy Irvine next foray into commentating, so welcome back.
Hello.
To the commentary desk. And were you much of a talker in school or anything, or is this the...
A little bit. It depends on the situation, obviously, but I think basketball has definitely always been an outlet for me to express my opinions, emotions, and just who I am. And that's the beauty of the game. So much freedom in it. Lets people show who they really are.
Well, anyway, that last game there, the loss drops Rams.EXE to 4-1. We'll still make the playoffs. Gators.EXE 2-3 is Chris Tapia launches a 2, doesn't quite make it there. Wharenui is a 0-4, I think. So they they pretty much want to grab a win here to try and just get an extra couple of points, which may keep them in the running for their trip to Auckland. A loss here probably mean that it's one of the other teams, and as your coach for UC basketball, Pete Van Hessel, said, like, every team has a chance still going into tonight to make it through. And it just, yeah, too many permutations to list them all. There's big Brent Fisher scores at the rim there against almost as big shoulder-wise, but nowhere near the height, Harry Roth.
And UC Maroon here basically playing for seeding because they've done quite well in this round. So they obviously want a better seed to play a quotation marks worst team.
Yep.
Which obviously in such a tight competitive tournament, there really is no worse or better team, apart from the exceptions like Gators Green.
Yes, Gators Green's consistently been the top, but you know, only 2 and 3 on this round of games. Whereas Whananui.exe, they've probably been the biggest hot and cold. Last place in the first round of the competition, or maybe fifth, but definitely not in the playoffs. Won the second round, and then at the moment they are currently sitting in last place with an 0-4 record.
And it's a battle of two very high, not velocity, two-point shooting teams.
Yep.
But as you see, UC Maroon with the size mismatch on basically every level.
Yeah.
So they're looking to attack the basket every which way possible, not settle for twos.
There's Tang. He did a good job of actually forcing Fisher to take quite a bit of time on that. And Fisher, the fadeaway hook shot, can't make it. Behind the back pass to Harry Roth. Hits the two. So Whananui.exe on the board now. 5-2 the score after 2 minutes of action.
Beautiful pass there, and I'm sure he's glad his teammate can capitalise on it.
And there's Tang. Desperation challenge there. Gives up the foul, but Brent Fisher, he's been a pretty good free throw shooter here, but consistently, well, I mean, he was at the rim. You're going to give up a pretty much guaranteed 1 point. Whereas here, it's probably 70% likely that it's going to go through. So
I would look at Sam Riley looking for the offensive rebound here.
Well, you got a bit of a head start. Instead, it's Brent Fisher with the offensive rebound. I'm just thinking, if I was, you know, organising where people stand, if they've only got one offensive rebounder lined up, I'd probably have the opposite side lined up a bit closer to the free throw shooter to stop them having an open run to the ball.
Yeah.
You go coaching high level.
That
stuff.
actually makes a lot of sense. That's a good point you raise. But
I'm also unsure if it's legally allowed. I just imagine it probably is. If you don't line everyone up, you can.
yeah,
I suppose you could choose to have two people high and none between, you know, on the lower block. But
I guess then you can kind of sandwich them.
Yes.
Instead of.
And great challenge there from Riley. That forced the airball from the primary shooter for Whananui.exe, Zach Lilburn.
I'm just wondering if Sam Riley tipped that or not, and I think that's what there seems to be some.
That might have been when Tang hit the floor earlier on that challenge against Fisher. The shot clock is saying 12, and everyone's sort of setting up for UC Maroon to have the ball. So score 5-2 Maroon up here. Tapia takes the clear stream back. Good switch there from Whananui. Another switch. Fisher's got the ball inside. 4 on the clock. Rolling hook shot makes it. He's just too deep when he catches it there.
They've got a mismatch with Brent Fisher every time.
And that shot will not count as Whananui had not cleared properly.
UC Maroon ball at the top.
And score is 6-2, now 7-2.
Fisher looking for his right hand every time. Saw before he had the option to go for a left hand layup, which was more open, but he opted for his right hand. Fortunately got fouled, but I'd like to see some left hand action from Brent Fisher here just to mix it up a little bit.
Oh, when you're that much bigger. Oh, there's an obvious slap and foul. I thought you were just about going to get your wish there of a left hand finish, but instead he used his right and got a foul, Jeremy. So what do you know? Like,
I think as you were in the middle of saying, when you're that big, you don't really need a left hand.
And also, just what we were saying, Jimmy Williamson actually did line up closer to Brent Fisher, exactly what we were saying, if there wasn't a second offensive rebounder lined up. So there you go, look how quickly it goes from what we say into what becomes reality.
Definitely intelligent players on the court. Looking for any way to get some advantage or cancel out another team's advantage. And as you see there, NBA pro move from Sam Riley to draw the foul. The up fake, jumps into the contact. Two shots at the line.
I thought Williamson may have actually done enough as he was leaning back, like he saw what was about to happen and he just about escaped with it. But now that he's not the person lined up, Harry Roth has gone down low.
Seems only Williamson recognised that.
So a foul behind the 2-point line means 2 free throw attempts for Riley. Off to the left, Roth with the rebound. So 11-4 the score, 6:20 to play. And that's tipped out of bounds. I think it'll be white ball here.
We could see a timeout here from Wharenui. But at the same time, I think they're just going to look to bombs away. But Chris Tupaia cancels out that aspiration as Paulie answers with Paul Stevenson answers with 2 of his own. And there's the shooting from Wharenui. Fortunately, they can't get it to drop.
Yeah, so you're picking UC Maroon. That's the team you want to win here?
I don't know about want. I'm a neutral party in this situation. Commentators, not much pick sides. But yes, I do.
I think if you say what you... So that 3-second call was actually on Paul Stevenson, not on Brent Fisher, who backed in. He wasn't there for that long. And obviously, 3x3, you don't have to... 5-on-5 is, did they affect the play and create an advantage for their team, which is a little bit hard for some referees to judge if that's happened. 3x3, it's just, if you're in there for 3 seconds, it's 3 seconds.
And
so the score's still 11-4. There's that diagonal screen and then re-screen action, and Riley gets fouled. He will go to the line to shoot 1. So approaching the danger time in terms of fouls for Wharenui. 15 foul here.
We could look, we'll probably see UC Maroon be a lot more aggressive here. They have obviously been attacking the hoop all game, but with 5 fouls on the board, they're going to look to attack the rim every time, try to draw some more fouls and get some easy points.
Yeah, so that's possibly one of the rules that you didn't know about until you came down here, that after 16 fouls it's 2 shots, and then after 10 it's 2 plus you get the ball back.
It's quite smart, but wow, that was just a really beautiful finish. Really showed off his touch there from Williamson as Paul Stevenson continues his great shooting tonight. Really seems to have found his touch tonight.
And Sam Tang answers with the 2, so 14-7 the score, and there's the warning for being too close. Jimmy Williamson will just test the limits of everything that you're allowed. Like, how close do you really have to be when you give the ball to the person you're checking?
Exactly. Like I said before, just any team looking for any advantage possible, because in such a tight race like this, you just need to look for any way you can get the upper hand on your opponent.
Harry Roth for 2. That's just a tiny bit too strong, but just from having Williamson there, I think put off Stevenson as he wasn't able to hang on to the ball. And timeout taken by White here.
Smart timeout. Really going to look to close the game here. Not let any daylight from the 2-point shooting Wharenui. Obviously, they can come back in an instant with just 3 shots. 3 made shots.
Yeah, so I don't think we even know are any teams out of the playoffs?
I believe
for tonight. Yeah, Wharenui is the only one that definitely can't make it in. And I think everything else depends on who wins and loses each of them. I think Rams are in at 4-1. UC Maroon, I think, is 3-1. So I think they're going to be in, whether they win or lose, I think they'd like to be 4-1 as well.
I think it may be between IOH and UC Gold. I'm not sure, but they may both be 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think I've written down 3 and 2 for IOH, so I think they're probably in as well, as long as I've written that down. Anyway, we'll watch the rest of this game and then we'll go and check the official scores with BBNZ 3x3 manager David Huxford. As Roth drives, spinning shot, can't hit it. Stevenson drives, and good challenge from Roth, but the ball just lands in Fisher's lap. Easy basket there for him.
We'll call that an assist for Paul Stevenson.
Here we go, a bit of drive and kick action for Whananui, and great defense from Stevenson. And I think he's the one that's mainly responsible for that shot clock violation there.
Great job from UC Marine throughout this game to smother the 2-point shooting of Whananui. We saw a blocked 2-point shot from Chris Tupaia, and in that last position just absolutely shut down the 2-point shot. So we'll see if Whananui can counteract that aggression by maybe driving to the rack, but so far they're relying on the 2-point shot quite heavily.
Yeah, they look like a nice finish there from Fisher. So the basket counts, and that's actually the 6th foul, so the next one will be 2 shots as well. So the good thing with that is, for UC Maroon, is if you make a basket, you get 2 free throws. So it's an and 2, it's not an and 1.
Imagine if you made a 2-pointer and got fouled.
I know, right.
Would that
A
be
potential 4-point play.
Wow. Unheard of in 3x3 basketball.
And Williamson drives to the basket, his second reverse layup of the night, this time from left to right. And Sam Riley, you can see when you know Fisher's there, you don't have to make every shot because he's probably going to get a few second chance. And it'll be white ball. The shot clock shouldn't have reset.
Great job from Whananui to get their hands in the passing lanes that time. Unfortunately, couldn't get 2 hands and control of the ball and look to attack for a score.
Here we go, 5 seconds on the clock. Tupaia doesn't have long here. Step back jump shot.
Wow.
And he hit that one. He had to shoot it pretty high given how close Williamson was.
After training with Chris Tupaia, I can say without a doubt he definitely shoots better with a hand in his face.
Right. Yeah, Williamson, nice roll there. 19-10 though. Sam Riley to ice the game. Just about. And good box out from Sam Tang. Williamson tried to get the foul and you heard someone saying didn't touch you.
Oh, I heard them say can't shoot.
Well, I thought it was Sam Riley saying I didn't touch you, or else it was Hamish Dale saying he didn't touch you.
Oh, okay.
So one of the two. Tang dances a little bit. 1 points aren't going to do much here. Tips out of bounds are going to do even less for them. 3.5 seconds to go here.
3.5 seconds. Let's probably look at a step back or maybe just a catch and shoot. Obviously that 1 meter right from the check gives the shooter an advantage and room to pull it straight away like that.
Defense still can get there. I mean, if you go much harder than that, you're probably going to foul them. And
Tupaia seals the game for UC Maroon, and now we're on to the playoffs.
So ROUND.3 at 4-1, UC Maroon also 4-1, so they'll be the 1 and 2 seeds. Whananui, I can say, are definitely in last place, and now they'll probably still stick around, I think, just to see how all the final standings end up, as that basically will dictate who goes through. 3 and 2 we had IOH.EXE, and then the 4th team, I think that's going to be Gators or UC Gold. So just looking at the matchup when they played will determine who goes through. And I see UC Gold coming out, so I'd say it is probably them. It was them, UC Gold 21-19. So my unofficial standings, Rams first, UC Maroon second, IOH.EXE third, UC Gold fourth, and then Gators fifth, and Whananui in 6th place. So it is amazing, as you said, like one of the weaker teams to go from first to the final 2 spots.
So are we looking at a UC Gold versus Rams 1v4 seed?
That is it, and I'll just go and talk to David and just make sure that he has UC Maroon versus IOH as the second one. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes as we confirm that. Right, so first semi-final we have, we were right with our unofficial results. So Rams.EXE, sorry, it'll be UC Maroon and Rams.EXE. Oh yeah, I see the numbers here. I think it's going back to first. Anyway, first playoff game, UC Gold up against Rams.EXE. The winner will go through into the final.
Aiden Tonge has been hitting that corner mid-range shot all night long. Unfortunately, couldn't get that one to drop.
And both teams have had a little bit of rest here as well. So yeah, at least 2 games for Rams. For Rams have had 1 and UC Gold's had 2. So should see pretty good, I don't know, athletic performance from both of them.
And with Bradley with the brand new kicks, hits yet another 2-pointer.
So just checking the standings as well. So to make sure, so Gators.EXE 180 points going into tonight, and they'll have another 50. So Gators will be on 230, and Whananui, they were on 150 and they had 45, so they were on 195. I suppose it's probably going to be the team which wins the whole competition is probably tonight is probably going to be the team which joins Gators.EXE going through.
I do know if all UC Maroon has to do is win their semi-final game versus IOH, and once they make it to the final, they've guaranteed a spot in the top 3. Whereas UC Gold have to win this whole round.
Yep. And also not have UC Maroon lose. So
exactly.
They'll be like, hey, we're your brother club, brother team, we hope you win, but actually this time we actually hope you lose.
Yes, please lose is what they're thinking. But at the moment they're starting to sit on this game right here. With a 3-point lead to Rams, they're definitely looking for a way to score some more points.
So the other good thing is we're guaranteed with both round 1 and round 2 champions knocked out for this round. We're guaranteed to have 3 rounds, 3 different champs. There's Russo, great finish there.
Rose up over
Ben Bowie, yep. Hamish Robinson doesn't shoot a whole, he's not super aggressive, but had a whole lot of space there and good timing there on that jump shot. Rams coming to play early up 5-2.
And UC Gold maybe overpassing here. Obviously we've seen a few outside shots, but the driving kicks maybe aren't working when everyone's this fatigued. Some people are trying to crash through the boards. Others are spotting up. Miscommunications more likely to happen when everyone's feeling tired.
And there's a foul there on Josh Chin as Bowie went into his sort of cross the keyhole jump shot, or floating hook shot was probably more likely. Jaden Chan, quick 2, can't make that. And that ball hit 3 players before it landed in Tonge's lap.
Like pinball, just racking up some more points.
Here he is, nice spin. Hands though from Bowie to come in right as Tonge was ready to go up and shoot that. And then Chin though, he read when that pass was going to come and jumped over to knock that away.
Tonge has been getting to that spin move to his left hand about 3 times this game. Unfortunately, couldn't make the layup on that situation as the help defense came across, but let's look to see that spin move quite a few more times in this game.
And beautiful pass here and good finish from Bowie. This is quite an even matchup just in terms of the way these 2 teams play. Like Tonge, Chin, Robertson and Bowie, all extremely strong, solid rebounders and defenders. I'll say probably the shooting edge goes to UC Gold and a slight athletic edge probably to the Rams players. But they're, very, very even as shot clock violation there.
Should be UC Gold ball at the top because
it reset. So the buzzer went off, whistle went off. So it will still be UC Gold's ball, I think. Or Sam McCartan's just going over to Hamish Dale to make sure that buzzer did go off erroneously.
I'm sure Ben Aiken is glad that happened, and so he can possibly get that shot back that he wasn't able to make.
Shot clock's going to be on 8 seconds here. So Rams.EXE up 6-2. Murray McGregor, great job on that switch there. Chin though is open for 2, hits that, so 6-4 the score. Chan to the corner, up fake, can't get Russo to bite as he knows he's got a massive height advantage. Misses everything, and Robertson just about misses everything. Gets enough of the rim though for Russo to grab a rebound.
I think the edge in this game is definitely going to go to the team who out-rebounds the other team. seen several offensive rebounds from both teams so far. We'll just see who can score off them.
There's Russo's first 2-point bucket tonight, and he launches the second one straight away. Can't make that. Murray McGregor runs down the rebound, and pass inside, bounces off Robertson's hands. Russo with the easy steal there.
We can blame that on the sweat. Obviously, the climate's quite warm here in Christchurch for a change, so.
Yeah, it's a solid 11-12 degrees Celsius today.
Yeah. It's feeling summery somewhat.
Well, you're from windy Wellington, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you can have the sun out and it can still be horrible up there. At least down here, it tends to be, you can look outside and tell how warm it usually is. Chan, good job there to keep Aiken stuck on his hip. Scores that to break the 7-7 deadlock. Aiken, he's got the size advantage, and he makes Chan pay, so tie back up at 8 points apiece, halfway to go.
Great job attacking that mismatch here, and Chan likes what he sees against the bigger, possibly slower Ben Aiken, and see mismatches go both ways with guards attacking the bigger people's feet and trying to beat them with speed, and bigs trying to attack guards with their size and overwhelm them, get an easy layup at the rim.
Yeah, well, that last two for Chan, I heard it bank. It may not have been apparent from the camera angle for everyone watching, but 100% it was lucky that that one went in for him.
After he banked it in, he seemed to point to the sky, possibly thanking someone.
Just for helping out that one.
Yeah, just nudging it in maybe.
Bowie makes the free throw, 11-8 the score here. Aiken the handoff to Tonge. You can see ROUND.3 pretty good job switching immediately, but Tonge, he's like, can spin and going both ways, just makes it hard for a defender to stay there.
I think it'll be interesting to see the differences in types of switches on different players. Obviously with someone like Jaden Chan, a shooter, you want to switch out hard so that he can't get that 2-point shot off. Whereas Aiden, if you're over-aggressive, he can beat you off the dribble, take it all the way.
Yeah, and Tonge there, nice 2-point bucket, ties the game, 11 points each, so neither team wanting to go home.
There's that
Tonge,
spin move again, kicks it out to Chin, knocks it down.
And 13-11 now, UC Gold, I think that might be their first lead of the game. Bowie online, did not make anything though.
Halfway through this game, we see Rams take a timeout, discuss their options, see how they can possibly pull ahead, come back from this 2-point lead that the UC Gold team has taken on a 5-0 run.
You know, it's been, I don't know, they had their first game, was it against Rams that they played today or IOH?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was against Rams and they were up 9-0. Yeah, so obviously kind of a bit of role reversal this time.
Definitely a game of runs when these two teams are playing each other. It's a game of swings, and obviously with the game only going to 21, it's whoever can weather the storm the best and possibly contain each other's runs.
Here we go.
Get one of their own.
To Tonge with the check, and he just about lost it, but does find Aiken. 3 on the shot clock. Russo knows that, shoots the two too long, and battle there. Tonge able to control it to Aiken, but he can't finish it. Lucky there for the Rams not to give up at least 1 point.
I would have liked to have seen Aiken take that corner 2-point shot, but with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, he was able to kick it to the top of the key for a possibly better 2-point shot from Russo.
Chan, the steal. Can't make the 2 though, so UC Gold still with a 1-point lead. Tonge all day to shoot there, too strong. Bowie there, didn't know Russo was coming. He keeps the ball alive for UC Gold.
6 seconds on the shot clock, let's see what Russo does. Gives a few dribbles, steps it back. Fortunately can't get it to drop, but yet another offensive rebound from UC Gold.
Yeah, Tonge probably might have been better suited there to back Jaden Chan down a little bit there and see if he could kick it out to someone. Open 2 there for Chan, a little bit short. Robertson, good job with the rebound and finds Chan. He takes a left-handed hook shot as there. Tonge, Robertson, good work under the basket. Ties the game 13 each, and Chan, great steal there. Bowie shoots the 2, misses it, and 5 on 5, fouls Aiden Tonge and gets the rebound. 3x3 just gets the steal.
And you could see after he shot it, he knew it definitely wasn't going in. So instead of watching it miss, he had great hustle and just followed his shot and got a reward out of it, of a steal. Let's see if they can capitalize on it here though.
Bowie, 4 on the shot clock. It needs to go up quick. Chan knows it, off to the right. And Tonj with the rebound. So 13-13, 2 minutes to play.
Russo to take the lead.
Off
Can't
to the
get it
right.
drop.
I feel like we're saying off to the right all the time.
Obviously, this late stage, high pressure, not a lot of shots are going to be dropping, so this comes down to whichever team wants it most, whoever has the most hustle. And Aiden likes what he sees against... Oh!
Yeah, he slipped down on the ground. I don't think that was a foul. I think it was just slightly lost footing. Scores the basket, but Chan, the answer, 2-point bucket, 15-14. Rams.exe up by 1. Tonj, and kind of got sandwiched. Good thing as a referee, you don't actually have to decide who was the person who actually fouled him then.
And with 1:25 left, UC Gold opts to take a timeout here, discuss their options, and with a close 1-point game, very intelligent timeout, 1 free throw to come, and they're probably discussing their shot selection, what they should be looking for, how long their possession should last, and also defensive assignments.
Yeah. I'd say probably the key for UC Gold is, you know, there's one real shooter in Bradley Murray McGregor when he's out there as well, a secondary one, but you have to find Jaden Chan, as he's the one that's really kept them in the game, and also probably to be pretty careful with your passes. He's had 2 steals, one, you know, ripping the ball off Aiden Tonj, the second one really good steal.
And as Tonj ties it up, definitely heading into crunch time here, and as the clock's not running right now.
Yep, it is right now, but yes.
Clock took a good 6 or 7 seconds to start running, so I'm sure UC Gold are quite glad after that bucket to have just a little bit of extra time to possibly come back.
And there, Josh Chin, a little bit short on that 2-point basket attempt. Rams with the 1-point lead, 70 seconds to play.
Much needed stop here from UC Gold. If Rams opt for the 1 like that, and they can't get it to drop.
Yeah, it was good defense there by Josh Chin. Here's Tonj, faces up.
Big mismatch here. Takes it all the way. Despite the help defense, gets the basket to drop, plus the foul.
Yeah, so he will head to the line and shoot 1 here. Chance to take the lead for UC Gold. Currently 16-16. 55 seconds to go. And Tonj makes that one, nothing but net. So UC Gold up by 1 point, 17-16.
UC Gold obviously trying to limit, and now all they have to do is be patient, get a really good shot. They don't need to settle for a 2. They should attack the basket, hope for a foul. And it's Aiden, Tonj. Oh,
and that, yeah, that shot by Jaden Chan just about went down. Foul was not too bad there, as it was called on Aiden Tonj. Rams.exe had the offensive rebound anyway. It's a 2-point lead for UC Gold here, and their pass does turn into a turnover. Murray McGregor hadn't actually read it. 20 seconds, good time for UC Gold just to take a bit of time here.
Russo here with a size mismatch, wants to go all the way, and
it just about did.
Gets the rebound, fortunately. Nice block there from Bradley. Jaden Chan, unfortunately, can't get that one to drop. 7 seconds left. Can they win the game here?
Or go to overtime.
Tied up.
3 is Bowie for 2, and that looked perfect until it hit the top of the backboard. So UC Gold will go through into the final. Rams.exe, I think, will finish in 3rd place for this round unofficially. 3rd place gets 70 points. So that finishes Rams at 180 points. So they know that they will not be on the trip up to Auckland, as Whananui was on 195 anyway. So Gold, they're going to get 100 or they're going to get 80, and they're currently on 115. So
from here, Gold are really looking for a loss here from their UC counterparts in maroon, and also looking to take out the title in the final.
Exactly. No, thank you very much, Jeremy. I'll get Josh for this game.
Thank you very much.
And then you guys, I guess you'll have to do paper, scissors, rock for the final one, but possibly you, seeing as it was your team that's made it. So thank you. Right, so IOH.EXE, Jared Burnett will be starting off with the ball up the top. Kick over pass to Simon Raphael, and he opens the scoring straight away with a 2-point basket. And Chris Tupaia dribbles out, shoots the 2, and rebounded by Burnett. So Josh Thompson, 3x3 coach for a number of teams. Pretty experienced. Most recently, or probably most well-known, would be the Wildcats, 3x3 last year. And then, what else? New Zealand under 18 men, is that right?
Yep, under 18, yes. We were unlucky in Asia Cup, and just ran into a very hot Kazakhstan.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Points here anyway, IOH.EXE on 115. So if they win everything, they can get up to 125, or if they potentially 215.
Yep.
Or if they come second, 195, which potentially could see us in a tie for a couple of teams for 195, which we then have to go through tie-break scenarios. But yeah, both teams, if they make it to the final, I think UC Maroon may be through automatically if they do make it to the final, win or lose. But we'll have to double check that. Anyway, you have to win this game to then worry about what's next. Is Raphael.
He's hit 3 in a row. Start the game. Yeah.
It's a game plan. Just give him the ball, and Price tips that ball there. There was only 2 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, not surprised Simon's hitting those, because he has put in a lot of work over the last couple months for the to improve his 2-point shooting. But you know, he shows his worth with his athleticism right there.
You know, he did a good job to pin Fisher under the basket, and then just that, I don't know, pretty impressive vertical jump that he's got, able to tip the ball to himself and rebound it. Stevenson, one of the fastest releases. Price, almost the same sort of thing, pins the offensive rebounder under the basket and created an easy rebound. Burnett can't make that one, and ball goes out about 7-2 the score here. IOH on top, 8:17 to play. First substitution for both teams, I think.
Yep, Sam Riley comes in for Paul Stevenson, and Flynn McGuinness in for Simon Raphael. So
here's Price dancing a little bit, and he did end up with the ball, but it was definitely on the wrist first beforehand.
Pretty obvious foul there by
Brent Fisher, but he goes straight to the bench, so maybe he was like, I'll get a steal, that'll be good. And if I don't, I get a rest.
Flynn would probably looking to dunk that, because he is an athlete. Probably the most athletic team in the competition. I'd say IOH.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
There's different ways you can win basketball. Like, you know, skill and shooting can make up for it. As Tupaia drives, makes a 1-point basket. Burnett, good handoff. Good drop-off pass to McGuinness, who makes the layup there. 8-3 the score now. And Tupaia.
Very excellent shooter, Chris Tupaia. Has been consistent for UC Maroon throughout the whole competition, and there's Noah Price showing his strength and athleticism.
Yeah, there was great control there on that finish. Sam Riley just off the left and Price up high for a rebound. You can hear Pete Van Hassel exhorting his team just to, let's go, let's play a bit harder. Like, there's quite a lot on the line here. They get a win.
They're guaranteed a second spot, I think, if they make the final.
Yeah, if they do. I know you won't hear much on the UC Gold team on this game here. They know if UC Maroon doesn't make it through, that keeps their hopes alive.
Yep, it does. As Gold and IOH are stuck on 115 each.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll basically, well, we'll have to see what happens. That shot, 1 second on the shot clock, so it did need to go up pretty quickly. 9-5 to score here, 7:03 to play.
Both of these teams are pretty experienced in 3x3 with the players that they have.
And that to me looks like a play that's been ripped from the Rams playbook there.
It was.
We see Raphael, so is that 4 in a row?
4 in a row, yes. Continuing his hot shooting.
So 6-11 the score here. Good challenge against Fish, but he's He's done that move for years, so knows exactly how much space he needs. 7-11 the score. Lafayette in and out to Burnett. 3 on the shot clock. It needs to go up quick. Pulls up behind the screen, but Sam Riley with the rebound for UC Maroon. Dribbling. You can see how close Burnett is to Tapia.
Yeah.
And then Lafayette with the hand. It doesn't matter though.
Tough contest. That's a good look there from Chris, you know. They really needed that.
And pretty good take there from Flynn McGuinness. I thought that was going to go down as he took a bit of contact from Fisher. Riley straight ahead 2, can't hit it, and McGuinness with the rebound. Lafayette, so he's hit 4. Going through his head is I'm going to go for 5, and Tapia, he's had a couple where he, you know, he doesn't look like he's going to contest, and then he gets his hand up quite late, and he's
got some length on him, Chris does.
And that ball goes out of bounds. I think it is a turnover, or at least the shot clock changed. I couldn't tell who touched it last. No, so it is IOH, so they've got 3 seconds on the shot clock here.
So take it if Maroon finish, they really need to win.
Yeah, both of these teams, I think if they win, as you know, it's going to be the next one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you don't win, you know that your hope of a trip is not going to go ahead. Sam Riley hits that, so UC Maroon's first lead of the game, 12-11 now. Burnett, the quick drive.
Yeah, he's just so explosive off the first step is Burnett. Great rebound there from Lafayette.
Yeah, the thing which Stevenson does extremely well is I think Riley got away with one there. I think he was trying to have a take foul. Basket went down anyway, 13-12. Fisher and Sam Riley didn't hit anything there. Rebound, IOH Price. Drives to the left, Sam Riley, and it's a battle for the ball. Fish picks it up. And I did see a bit of wrist on that shot there.
Good contact. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to give you that call there.
No.
Yeah. Maybe in a 5-on-5, you'd say that was a foul, but you know what they've let go in the 3x3 over the night. You're not going to get that call.
Nah, and I think you know, if you're there first, you're entitled to that position. So I think you know the rip through move, which is the NBA's like working out how can we legislate this out of it. It's not a thing in 3x3 because if the defender's arms are there, his arms are there.
Your offensive.
Yes.
As an offensive player, you got to be
lost
better.
The ball. What do you want?
Yeah, you got to be better. Yeah.
Anyway, so full shot clock here, 12 seconds. IOH with the lit ball in the lead, and
that's a tough pass there.
It is like you got to recognize. You know, UC Maroon ran exactly the same place, so you know they're bound to have practiced against it.
And that's not what you want right there.
So
if you're Maroon, that's a great shot because he's an excellent shooter, Paul.
So 14-13. Good switch here. Price. I thought that was going to go down just a little bit short to Tapia. He's got some space here. They're looking for Fisher inside. Burnett tried to slap that ball away, couldn't. Now he's got the slower Fisher against him. Just tapped that ball from behind and comes up with the rebound. 13-15 the score. Stevenson off to the left. Burnett, I was going to say with the rebound, but he left it, wanting the whistle to go in the full shot clock.
Lived a little bit dangerously there, letting the ball bounce.
He did.
Yeah.
So set play here. Lafayette. See someone calling for hands there.
They're just making a few mistakes, IOH, in terms of like...
And it's white ball up the top.
So Sam Riley goes crashing into the board and
knocked a few of the notices off the ball as well. So I think the ball was out of bounds. So all of that, you just took a dive, but it ultimately didn't mean anything. So 13-15 the score. UC Maroon with the 2-point lead, 3:25 to go. Price, beautiful drive and right-handed finish there.
Very athletic, you know.
And good, I was going to say good defense there. Thought Lafayette got there first, but our angle's not as good as Sam McCartan's down there.
Sam deemed that Simon was in an illegal defensive position.
Is there a illegal defensive position
No, I
in
don't
3x3?
think
There's
there is
just,
in 3x3.
I think he just deemed that he was there a little bit late.
It's almost like street ball, no blood, no foul.
Yeah, considerably less fouls tonight over the last couple of nights.
Yeah, I think the Olympics would have a bit of influence on that after watching the Olympic 3x3. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so. Anyway, 2-point lead for UC Maroon. Just over 3 minutes to play here. Tapia drives to the left and nice left-handed finish. Burnett is going to clear the ball here. Down 17-14. He goes in, takes a bit of contact, makes the basket anyway, 17-15. Riley takes a bit of contact, doesn't make the basket, and now IOH had a chance for a 2-point look. 5 on the shot clock. And Burnett is fouled there.
Fish has done a really good job tonight, staying in front of guards. In previous weeks, he's struggled.
Here we go, 2:39 to play, 2-point lead for UC Maroon. Here's Noah Price for 2, nothing but net, and unfortunately it didn't go through the rim before it hit the net. Here's Sam Riley, the up fake drive to the right, quick switch, Stevenson's open and he does find him, quick 2, just can't get it, Burnett with the tip and Lafayette gets it, Price, he had a chance to go for 2. Spins inside, gets fouled, will go to line to shoot 1 as it's only the 4th team foul for UC Maroon.
It's interesting how some of these fouls are getting called late in the game and they've kind of been left.
Well, the referee, the players have had almost a month off. The referees also have as well.
Yeah.
Noah Price makes that, 1-point game. So approaching 2 minutes to play, UC Maroon with a 1-point lead. Anyone's game, and I think it was overtime when they meet earlier in the night, and that just about bounces in, but doesn't. And ball bounces off Lafayette. Easy rebound, put back, but Burnett hits the 2, and we're tied at 18, under 2 minutes to play now. Tapia too strong there, and good job from Price. The ball is out of bounds though, so it'll be UC Maroon's ball.
Everything on the line here for both teams, both needing a win to have a chance to secure that second spot.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm going for IOH because then I think the final becomes
even more important.
It does. And Sam Riley makes that 2, so UC Maroon just about got the flight tickets booked, up by 2, 20-18. Price forced into a step-back jumper, just grazes the rim. 1:20 to play. They can't give up anything here. UC Maroon 20 points, IOH 18. The first game was that was the first game of the night, was 18-20. And have they played? I don't think they have.
No, they played in the first round.
The first round. Tapia drives a bit too much. Holding action there from Price.
Yeah.
Only their second team foul though.
So strategic foul. Actually not that bad. It's actually quite a smart foul,
You just want to try and go for a steal. If you get a tie ball, that's a turnover as well. And 2 for Tapia, can't make it, but Fish, Lafayette couldn't box him out too hard, and Price fell down, and that leaves Tapia wide open. Battle for the rebound, so they've got it. Price for 2, just can't get it. Lafayette's there on Fish, so UC Maroon another chance. And the pass over to Riley, drives, and there's one of those take fouls.
Yep, take foul, smart foul there from Price.
It was. Fisher had the lane sealed off, so Riley could have just gone up and basically shot it wherever he wanted. Still a 2-point lead for UC Maroon. Yeah, they've got Tapia, the drive, the floater just too strong. Price with the rebound here. Over to Burnett. They should probably drive, and there is a foul there. 5th foul. So they've still got one more foul before it is dangerous for them. There you go, and Lafayette started off on fire. Possibly who you want to shoot the 2, and unfortunately just gives it to Tapia. And smart
trying
decision
to
there just to take
kill
some
a-
time off
kill a
as
little
well.
bit of time.
Sam Riley, I was going to say, has no chance on that shot going in. I thought he was going to go with the left hand. Draws the foul, will shoot one, which will decide the game. If he misses,
Yep.
IOH will have a chance to get a
We'll have a
rebound and
chance.
quickly shoot a two.
Strategic sub here, getting Fish back out there for offensive rebound.
So Sam Riley, game on the line. And that looks pretty good, but just off to the left, but ball goes out of bounds. I thought it was off Fish's hands last.
Yeah, it looked like it came off Maroon.
I believe the call red is for Maroon. And so 1.5 seconds. So IOH will try and quickly tie the ball up.
Yeah.
And this is about when you want to shoot, just to take the time off.
Too late. Yeah.
And so IOH, I think, will officially finish in 4th place.
Yep.
Which will give them 60 points. IOH 115, they'll be 175, which means they will be out of the running.
And Maroon, I think, take it.
Yeah, UC Maroon will be 240 or 220. UC 115, yeah, so UC Gold can't quite match them. So it will be the two brother teams. We'll get Jeremy Irvine to commentate the final game. I'm sure we'll hear a bit of disappointment in his voice, but we've got a couple of minutes just to give UC Maroon a minor rest. All right, here we go, the final game. So we've had, what, this is week 6, 9 games each night. So game number 54. And definitely guaranteed a new champion. UC Gold, UC Maroon. As we had Gators.EXE, then Whanganui.EXE winning the first 2 rounds. What would you like to see happen here? I will tell you what's running is there isn't a whole lot, but there is something.
So despite this game being almost a complete formality, UC Maroon have probably the biggest motive for coming away with a win here, which is the first overall placing in the competition, which will probably have a positive impact on the competition versus the North Island teams.
Yeah, exactly. So if they, as you said before, when they were playing, when UC Gold was playing the semi-final, if UC Maroon made it through to the final, they were guaranteed to go through. That is the case, but yeah, with Gators failing to make the playoffs, locks them at 230 points, and then UC Maroon's either going to have 240 or 220, so either first and second or second and first, depending on how they go in this game here.
As a UC Gold team member myself, I would like to see UC Gold come away with a win here, just for the sake of bragging rights.
Well, and I will tell you, you never know what happens. Like 2 years ago when we had the South Island conference, 2 teams got a trip to Japan, and then there was a late pullout or a wild card from not in New Zealand, from another country, and they said, actually, your next best team, that's the one which is going to get the invitation. So you never know what could happen, but you know, the better the resume that UC Gold has, if they do get the win here, you just never know what opportunity may come up later on because of it.
Anything can happen. In between there could be injuries.
Someone's thumb might get healed as well.
Then all of a sudden you don't have people to be able to play in Auckland. And
someone might whack some teammates, you know, ankle accidentally with a hockey stick or something. Once their thumb's healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like, there's no point injuring someone when you can't play anyway.
Apart from basketball, I think I'm going to be trying to stay away from thumb-related activities.
Right.
Nice hook shot there from Aiden Tonge, really learning from Brent Fisher and his well-known post hook. I like to call it the fish hook.
The fish hook, I like that. So what's the Tonge? What would you'd still call it the fish hook as well?
The Tonge sky hook, I don't know.
I feel like it could be a twisted tongue, or the tongue twister, how's that?
Oh,
because Tonge twister.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, the score is 4-4. I can't even tell you, are the 2 teams playing super hard, or kind of like, you know, you guys, I'm sure that you guys practice against each other, and then,
I think at the start of the game there was an aura of kind of joking around. Definitely a chill vibe, I want to say, but now the competitive spirit in everyone is definitely being shown here as everyone's kind of switched it on, really looking to score some points and stop the other team from doing things like that.
Yeah, shooting a fade back 2 in your face.
In your face. Nothing you can do about that, really.
And there's a good box out there from Aiken underneath with the much heavier and stronger Brent Fish. I'd say stronger, just some...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he wanted to do his teammate like that.
Well, I don't know, maybe he's seen Fish take a few take fouls, which are, you know, put you on your backside. And it's like, you know, I'll just keep my health so I can shoot another 2 in his face.
Either way, he had a lot of time to think about what he was going to do, so I think he opting out of that was best business decision.
And look, as you said there, you guys don't really have a plan about who subs out. Shin was taking that foul to sub out, and Aiken's like, nah, I'm closer. I'm taking this rest now.
It's like a competition for who's the most fatigued.
Yeah. And shouldn't it be UC Maroon, the other team which just played a semi-final?
I guess, yeah, I guess so. And Russo with that right-hand hook, he can get to that all day if he gets the right positioning under the hoop.
So 10-6 the score now. UC Gold up, so that basket won't count. And Chin, another take foul, puts his team up to 3. And he says, you're coming into the game now, Ben.
And with 12 seconds on the shot clock, and Chris Tupaia takes the 2-point shot only 2 seconds into the shot clock.
Hey, he was open, and he's shot extremely well tonight.
Wow. Russo shooting the lights out right now.
Yeah, third 2-point basket, and that nice finish as he drove. So he scored at least 7 of their points. Aiken, that bounces out, and Sam Riley with the rebound.
Heading to this match, I was looking for a really big offensive performance from Ben Aiken.
Yep.
But as you see, Russo has definitely come out a lot more aggressive than a lot of other players with his shooting, specifically from the 2-point line. And as the ball bounced over the
over the courtside signage, and I almost didn't throw it back quite far enough, so it bounced on the top of the signs as it went back in to complete the game.
Nice reflexes there to catch the ball before it hit me in the head.
Oh, I'll be honest, I was more worried about my laptop. I'm used to doing stats in the Rams games and Breakers games when they're down here, so you have to keep your eyes open for balls. It's mainly during shoot-around, which is the most dangerous time when it's not just one ball you have to be aware of.
Luckily, it's our job to keep our eye on the ball.
There you go, not much space there. Chin, well challenged from Fisher. And that does go out of bounds without touching anything except the ground. 12-7 the scorers. We're about halfway through this final game here. Brent Fisher with the ball up the top. Still looking for the dribble handoff. Tupaia has space. And it's a good ball stream, flare screen action.
I'm quite interested to see who, if any, will take the first time out of the game. Because I feel like that'll really signify who's the most serious about winning this game.
Right. As well, one of the other things we have to do, we have to pick an MVP from tonight. So I'm going to say we're going to pick someone from these teams, and the final will say isn't the only thing you look at. Is we see Sam Riley actually lining up closer as well. I'm going to assume that you had a talk to the teams about, hey, this is actually probably a strategy to employ on free throws. Anyway, so at the moment, I'll say Russo, if Gold hangs on and wins, he's probably been the performer so far for UC Gold, but Tonja's probably been the main guy for them over, tonight. Well, actually, the whole round of action.
I would definitely agree with you there. Tonj has been quite exceptional tonight. Very consistent. Even when his outside shot wasn't falling, obviously he can get to that spin move.
Yep.
And his overall rebounding and performance inside and outside definitely is the clear, gets my vote for MVP.
Right, and then UC Maroon, I feel like Tupaia's hit an awful lot of shots which have kept his team in it, or, given them a win, or, just super important ones. Is Russo.
Wow.
I think he heard you and he's like, hey, come on, you guys just said that the final game has a bit more weight than the other ones.
I've been really impressed with UC Maroon's balance of the shot taking and making. It's been really spread out over all of their teammates, like who's getting to what shots, and they're all taking the shots that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Obviously, Paul Stevenson, quick trigger threes from the outside. Brent Fisher, his hooks, his putbacks, and Chris Tupaia and Sam Riley, everything else in between.
Well, Tupaia's got a good, he looks for the 2 first, and then if it's not there, very comfortable driving and finishing right or left hand. Sam Riley's a bit more focused on, I've got a chance to drive, whereas Tupaia's like, can I shoot? Yes, right, it's going up then. Or do I need to shoot, in which case it's going up, and how high do I need to shoot it to get it over the defender's arms? Anyway, your question was answered. Which team's more serious? It was UC Gold that took the timeout. There's Tapia that's super quick too, and Tonge with a rebound. His team up 5, 16, 11. Russo in the mid post here. Short corner, sorry. Nice pass over to Aiken. Not much time though, only 1 on the clock. And it's a shot clock violation, so no basket there.
Unfortunately, couldn't hit the rim on that layup. Sure, he would have liked to have just nicked it even a little bit just to get that reset.
It was at Tapia who really clamped down on that drive.
And Chris Tapia is the youngest player on UC Maroon. So they're veteran.
Yeah, Brent Fisher's the veteran, I know.
Yeah.
But then, if I was to say age, I'd say, I think Stevenson and Riley are pretty close.
Yeah, definitely late game close situations like we saw against in their last game against IOH. Just that experience, composure, being able to make good decisions to close games out.
Yeah, and Fisher and Stevenson, like they played in this Premier League 2 years ago when we last had it.
Russo hoping to continue his streak.
Yeah, he couldn't make it though. Riley, there's that thing, he's looking for the pass off of the drive, wasn't there, so takes the 2. And then Fisher drive, nice kick out pass to Tapia, open for 2, and nothing but net. There's a 16-13, 3 minutes to play.
Tapia can hit that shot with his eyes closed. Catch and shoot, had all day to shoot it. Need to see a bit of defense from UC Gold on that closeout.
And Tonge definitely got Riley, thought he was going to take the 2 because there was hardly any time left. Forced into a, not even a floater, he just kind of flipped it up without jumping and then comes to the bench for a rest.
3-point lead for UC Gold. Let's see how they perform on defense. And I'm really interested to see the offensive decisions of UC Maroon. Great job by Josh Chen to absorb the contact of Brent Fisher.
Yeah, I think just getting his hand on the ball almost tied him up, and that just threw the timing off. Russo, not much time there, just throws it up. Tapia clears the rebound. 2:30 to play now. They're going to need a basket soon.
And I could be wrong, but I've seen very little offensive rebounds from either team. Great job boxing out, as we see an example right there. Great job from both teams boxing out. And Russo cocks it back with a 2-hand flush.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's also, you know, fatigue setting in. Like, there's not a trip on the line up to Auckland here to, you know, in the final 4 for New Zealand. Yeah, it's, you know, this is game 4, you know, and 4 very tough games that these teams have played tonight. And, yeah, it does. It takes a lot out of you, as you can vouch for firsthand.
I would expect UC Maroon to take a timeout right here, but I guess they're not that into winning the game. Obviously they care, but they definitely could have used the timeout there, regather themselves, hope to bring back this lead a little bit.
Here's Tapia, the step back 2. I thought that was in, but Riley with the rebound. He finds Stevenson. Quick release off to the right, and Josh Chin with the rebound. So Maroon had 2 really good looks, couldn't make either. Aiken the catch.
Tonge was calling for it in the post, but
he does get it, kind of.
With the great pass off the backboard.
I know, I'd rather see the dribble, throw it off for the guy following up behind, rather than the almost a shot as Josh Chin wide open hits that. So 20-13 to score.
And you saw Sam Riley save it from going out of bounds, which led to an easy transition, wide open 2-point shot, which, I don't know, do you save the ball and give the other team an opportunity to score in transition, or do you just let it go out, take a breath, recuperate yourself?
I think it's risk versus reward, you know, and with the score at that point it was 18-13. Maroon needs to take a lot more risks to come back into it now with 40 seconds to go.
Ben Aiken with the good pass to Josh Chin.
UC Gold doesn't want to finish off just with time expiring. They want to finish off by getting to 21 or 22. But it's not going to happen on that shot. And
it's been a very long night for both teams. You can see everyone probably just wants to be in their bed at this point. Final 26 seconds. Brent Fisher pulls up at the top of the key.
Sam Riley's turn now. And yeah, I mean, if the replays of this game, you're going to want to skip the last 2 minutes or so, I think, unless you enjoy bricklaying. Here we go, final 10 seconds. Can anyone make a dent
Oh.
in the scoreboard? Here we go,
Ben Aiken
Aiken.
can. I know Ben Aiken can. Oh.
And so that officially winds up round 3, round 1, 2 and 3, the 2021 South Island Conference 3x3.EXE Premier. Well done to our round 3 champions UC Gold, but probably more important, well done to Gators, who will qualify in first place, and UC Maroon in second place. Unofficially, of course, but I'm willing to put money on it and say that that's what. So congratulations to all teams. We will see the MVP presentation pretty soon and just talk you through that. So yeah, we've just had the MVP for round 3 finalised. So congratulations to UC Gold, first place. Unfortunately, we'll just miss out on qualifying to go up to Auckland, but great to see just how competitive the games have been. You know, 3 rounds, we've had 3 different teams taking first place. Gators.exe the first round, Whananui.exe the second round, and then UC Gold the third round. But it is UC Maroon and Gators.exe, the consistent teams that have gone through. And then here we have Aidan Tonge named as MVP of round 3 of the Southern Conference 3x3.exe competition. So congratulations to Aidan, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how the South Island teams do up in Auckland on September 4th. So make sure to tune in to that around about a month's time. Thank you to all the sponsors, David Hucks from Basketball New Zealand, and then the guest commentators that we've had throughout the nights, but especially tonight, Jeremy Irvine from UC Gold, Joshua Thompson, and then Paif Momoisea. James Lisserman signing out. Thank you for all joining me over the 6 nights that we've had this on.